Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. This is Divine Truth Tarot. We are going to be looking into the energies of the divine counterparts. I will admit I am struggling a bit today. There's a lot of solar plexus. I don't want to call it a shutdown, but it may feel as such. So many of you may be experiencing sort of that difficulty to take a deep breath, lots of fears and anxieties, or just stressful energies or stressful thoughts that are popping up. So honor those, honor yourself, rest, drink lots of water. Here I have lemon water with some really high quality sea salt, actually from Utah. And then I also have minerals and magnesium. So minerals right now, very important, very replenishing for the system. And those of you who have a 9-to-5 job and you don't have the option of staying home per se, rest. When you get home, rest, take care of yourself. Gentle yoga, gentle rebounding, gentle stretching, nothing strenuous. I mean, honestly, I can't imagine trying to do anything strenuous right now. So honor yourself, honor the body that you're in. I send you guys lots of healing light, lots of love. And for those of you who are inquiring about February readings, I'm finishing up January readings. It seems like, Mercury is about to go retrograde. So I'm having trouble talking and finding my words already. Hello, Mercury. For those of you inquiring about a personal reading in February, I will be taking more readings than I did in January. So if you'd like a February personal reading, I have typically each month I offer anywhere from, I'd say, 4 to 8 options. I have 8 or 9 options of different readings. Only one of them is a twin flame reading. Many of them, the rest of them, are focused on you and your growth, your journey, your healing. So I have a lot of exciting readings. I introduce new readings every month. And if you haven't already, come join us over on Patreon. The link is in the description box below, and the link to book a personal reading is in the description box below. For my Patreons, for my all access Patreons and up, for the month of March, every day for 31 days, you will be receiving, there's no extra charge for this, but you have to become a Patreon member. We will be doing a transformational writing challenge. I've done this in the past with great success. I did it a few years ago, 3 times with great success. And what you will be receiving is a different prompt, a writing prompt for journaling every single day for those 30 days. Some will be of more serious nature, some will just be fun, and others will be somewhere in between. So we're going to do that together. There is a group, there's an intimate group over on Patreon, so I'm able to interact with you guys a lot easier. It's a lot more clear. And so all you have to do again is hop over to Patreon, become an all access Patreon member or up. It's $10 a month minimum, that's it. And you can join in on the March writing challenge, which will all be taking place through Patreon. So thank you guys so much if you've already become a Patreon. Thank you for everyone who's ever had a reading from me, requested a reading from me. I honor you guys. I thank you guys. And let's get started. So I've got 4 decks here. Now we do have, tomorrow, we have a full moon in Leo. Okay, so this is set to stir up some potential jealousy, especially in regards to your counterpart, what they're doing, who they're with, and this is going to work both ways for both counterparts, or just with, people in your life in terms of other people's successes is what I'm hearing. This is part of the reason why the solar plexus energy, the solar plexus is so ramped up right now, or so exhausted, or so out of whack, or out of balance and alignment, is because we are ramping up to this full moon in Leo. In my opinion, the full moon in Leo is one of the most powerful full moons of the entire year. Also, full moon in Scorpio is an extremely powerful one. And full moon in Pisces because of the transformational nature of Pisces. So those are the 3 full moons that, and they're okay, full moon in Aries as well. Those are the 4 full moons that I would say to really watch out for. And obviously, if you're a Leo, or if you have Leo in a significant aspect of your chart, if you have Mars in Leo, if you have rising in Leo, if you have Venus in Leo, if you have, let's see, your sun in Leo, obviously, and north or south node in Leo, even if you have your your moon in Leo, this could affect you significantly. So any of those placements, you're likely going to be feeling this rather strongly, and it could feel very intense right now. And again, it's like if you'll notice you're hearing me take these deep breaths because it literally feels like someone's pressing on your chest. So there's like this this need to really slow down, because Leo is a very fiery energy. Leo is ruled by the sun, or the sun rather rules Leo. So it's the 5th house when we speak about Leo. It's children, it's fun, it's play. It is also about putting yourself on stage, right? Being seen, loving that feeling of being seen, displaying yourself. And that all sounds fine and dandy if you're in high energy, high vibe. But for a lot of us, we're still transmuting significant emotions, significant thoughts for the collective, and it can be very draining, especially if you're a first waver. Now, I've been asked what exactly is a first waver. I'm going to be talking about that over on my Patreon next month. So if you're interested in what is a first waver, what's the significance of these waves, we'll be talking about that together and having a conversation over on Patreon. And, you know, one of the signs, I'll just say this, would be seeing 144, 144,000, of 144 anything. And you might catch 1144 or 144, kind of like 1111, you see 111, 1111. So if you're catching those different variations of 144, that's a definite sign from your guides that you are likely a first waver. There's nothing glamorous about being a first waver twin flame. We are transmuting and paving the way for the entire world. And we are absolute warriors. And so for a divine feminine to be a first waver, one of the main challenges is that you're used to being in your masculine energy. And now you're being asked to drop into your feminine energy, and your body's like, wait, what? And your soul's like, I got this. But your soul's a warrior. You've been through many lifetimes. And whether you were male or female, it doesn't matter. It's just energy. You were a warrior, okay? You've experienced significant trauma in past lifetimes and likely in this lifetime. I mean, almost 100% in this lifetime if you're a first waver. Now, the waves that come after the third, and this is all I'm going to say about the waves because I'm going to go into more detail over on Patreon. But the way that this works is the waves that come after the first wave, as we pave the way and we're in the front lines. Many of us are also indigos. It gets a little easier for everyone. So these twins that are being born right now, or the twins that are, you know, like 20, 21, you guys, man, you guys have it made, you guys. And this is all pre-planned. All of our souls, you know, we agreed on this. So, but man, you guys have it, you're going to have it a little easier than us first wavers. It is very intense. And again, it's not glamorous, it's exhausting. And it does, you know, really demand a high level of energy, okay? And not just energy, but intuition, perceptiveness, strength of character, strength of will. And it demands physical prowess as well as mental and emotional and spiritual strength as well. So without further ado, because we have this full moon tomorrow, I do have the Moonology Deck as well as the Queen of the Moon Oracle. I was guided to use the Light Seers Tarot, and we're going to start here with the Soul Truth Deck, my friends. So we call on the archangels of the highest order to come into this reading, to provide clarity, to provide understanding, to provide a deeper sense of mission for the divine counterparts viewing this. This is a timeless reading, so this can be watched at any point in time, and just know that you'll take from it what resonates and you'll leave what doesn't. And allow me to be a pure vessel of divine truth, divine clarity, divine acceptance, divine compassion, divine understanding, and divine love. And so it is. Okay. Wow, guys, look. Am I ready to let go of this buried shame? Okay, so what I'm getting here intuitively is that the solar plexus sort of shutdown that many of you, or at least some of you, will be feeling. I can already feel the energies that many of you are going to be nodding your heads. And I still don't have the comment section open. I may open it soon, but if it was open, I feel like a lot of you would definitely be saying, yes, that's exactly what I'm feeling. I may open the comments up for this video. We'll see. I need to check in with my guides. But this is a lot of shame that's coming up to be released. Shame in being who we are. Shame in pushing down our true throat chakra glitches as well. Shame in pushing down our truth and our authenticity, okay? And making ourselves small so that other people are more comfortable, dimming our light, okay? And, you know, we didn't come here to play small. We came here to play really big, okay? This is a lifetime to play big. And not all will be up for the challenge, and that's okay. But we came here for this challenge. It says the feeling of shame is the lowest energy frequency there is, and that's correct. When you live in shame, you live in darkness. What part of you is ready to stand in the light? Is there any shame from a past experience that is ready to be healed? Heal the shame by giving it a name. So shame does not like being talked about, spoken about, or named, okay? So the minute you talk about it, the minute you share with a trusted friend, okay, or family member, or loved one, shame dissipates. The strength of it, the power of it starts to really unravel. Bring it to the light and let it be seen, heard, and healed. It's revival season. Replace the shame with your soul's truth. Fill in the blank. My soul's truth is, you fill in the blank, okay? I really like this deck because it is so powerful for really digging deep, and it's like, it reminds me of my energy a lot because it's no nonsense. No nonsense energy there. Let's move over to the Moonology deck, guys, and let's see. Let's see what we have here. Moving over to the Moonology deck, okay. For the Leo full moon, the divine counterpart. So, wow. Okay, so this actually flew on the ground. I'm going to bring these a little closer to you guys. New moon in Libra. So we have the scales of balancing, right? Balancing the masculine and feminine. A new romantic cycle begins. And I feel like this is saying this is a romantic cycle that's going to be filled with reciprocity, balance. No more back and forth. No more in and out. No more I'm giving 80%, you're giving, 20%. No more of that. No more imbalance. No more misalignment. So, if you are not in alignment, and I know this is hard to understand, and I'm going to be talking about this in a lot more depth over on Patreon. I feel like those who are called, and either way, it's perfect. Either way, it's perfectly okay. But those who are called to come over to Patreon, because Patreon it's my backup, because we don't know what's going to happen with technology and social media. Let's be honest. I wanted a platform where I was able to speak more freely and more in depth and more intimately with my followers, but also it may become my primary platform. So, I don't know what's going to happen, guys. So I would suggest going over there and at least go ahead, and there's a $5 a month pledge. There's a $5 a month minimum. That's it. That's all. And that is supporting the channel. It's helping to allow me to continue doing what I love, to continue serving the community. And it also assists me. So it's giving me a sense of security with everything that's going on in the world. So that's the main reason that I hopped over to Patreon, was because I don't know what's going to happen. And while I work on getting a website built, which is definitely a priority now at this time, and scheduling through the website and making it more seamless for all of us, I just want you guys to understand that I don't even want to put the energy out there, but there's people who are being censored left and right. So I'm being very careful over here on YouTube of what I say, what I don't say. But if something should happen in the future, something that, we just can't predict, Patreon feels like a much safer space, okay? So it's sort of like a website, but Patreon obviously is a little bit different, but okay. So that's all I'm going to say about Patreon. Just understand that that's the reason why I started Patreon, and that's why I feel it's very important at this time. So that's where I'll be, guys. That's where you can find me, especially if anything were to happen. Emotions are running high. Supermoon. I don't think this full moon is an actual supermoon, but yes, emotions are running high. Confidence is your key to success. New moon in Leo. So we have a full moon in Leo, but this is showing us the new moon. So a lot of new moon energy here. 2 new moon energies. So new moon in Leo. Now, I feel like this is about taking control, feminines, of your life and of all aspects of it. You know, the feminines have been really busy at work in the 3D, which has been sort of a change because usually it's the masculines who are at work in the 3D. Right now it's the feminines and the masculines. The masculines were doing some work in the 5D for a while, but they've come back over to the 3D so that now both twins are working in the 3D, which is why you're seeing more people coming into reunion and also finding themselves in a form of union. So adjustments are required. 3rd quarter moon. So what does that say? Adjustments are required. What needs to be adjusted? Okay. I feel like this could be an attitude adjustment is actually what my guides are saying. So there's perhaps some negativity surrounding the counterparts of this time with where we're sorting through illusions and deception. And this is about releasing any sort of negativity or darkness, okay? And letting go of it, just releasing it. So if there's, you know, specific question you had in mind coming into this reading, be honest about whether there's any toxic emotions like shame attached to that question, right? What shame am I carrying? I feel like shame is a big, big factor right now, and it's really tied into the solar plexus. So what shame am I carrying right now? And what do I need to release into nothingness? You know, release it, speak it, let it be heard, let it be seen, let it be known, let it be shared, and then let it dissipate. Let its strength completely unravel from your being. So there are definitely changes and adjustments required. And I feel like this is saying there are changes and adjustments required before coming into full communication. So some of you may be receiving sort of partial or sparse communication. So when you're looking for that full communication, just understand that it is on its way, but there's some adjustments required. And it could be adjustments. You know, confidence is also connected to the solar plexus. So I feel like there's a lot of solar plexus energy here. And that's why emotions are running so high, because the solar plexus is your seat and center of personal power. It's your personal sun, which is connected to Leo. Leo is ruled by the sun. So we have a lot of energy here of needing to burn away the shame. And because Leo is a fire sign, maybe a fire ceremony of some sorts, obviously safely done, guys, disclaimer, could be really beneficial and could help you burn away. And this could just, maybe it's just saging or using, you know, I sage first to cleanse, and then I use Palo Santo to invite in new energy into my space. So I use sprays because the smoke is a little intense with animals, even though sprays aren't necessarily any better, but I try to do it obviously when they're not around. So mind any animals that you have, they may be very sensitive to those smells, especially to the smoke. And a new romantic cycle begins, but there's some work to be done is what I'm hearing. So it's like, it's there, the energy is there, but there's definitely some work to be done. So let's go over to the Queen of the Moon Oracle. I feel like there's a sense of separation right now for a lot of you, where you may be feeling extremely separated from your twin flame. And that could be causing a lot of frustration. And I feel like one or both counterparts is in fact holding on to this blame or shame. Oftentimes I feel blame and shame are connected, right? You're blaming yourself if you feel ashamed, and that just brings on more shame. It's like a vicious cycle. We have self-reflection here, which is actually the card of the twins in balance. Yes, balance. I felt that, right? We have balance and balance. Balancing out the scales. Libra energy is all about balancing, seeing everyone's point of view, bringing everything into focus, not leaving anyone behind. No, Libra is sort of the energy of no man left behind. Self-reflection. Notice how these are twins, but they're turned away from each other. So that's what I feel like is going on right now. So you may actually be feeling extremely frustrated at this time, and you may feel like your twin is actually pulling away from you or turning away from you, and they might be feeling the exact same thing. So What I feel like is going on is the universe is saying, look, a new romantic cycle begins only when balance can be brought in, adjustments can be made, shame can be healed, okay, emotions can be not controlled, but emotions can be tempered. And when both twins have done a deep, deep amount of self-reflection. Being able to truly go within and truly understand that I am the captain of my own soul, okay? I am responsible for my life and for my choices and for my destiny. This is about you becoming very curious about yourself, your ideas, your self-reflection, also about your ideals. What is it that you truly want? Are you allowing yourself to truly be seen, to be heard? Contemplate who you are and what you are. What is it that you want out of this life? And understand why you believe what you believe. Are your beliefs outdated is what I'm hearing, because that can be bringing on a lot of shame. Those shame-filled beliefs are outdated. And if they are, share them, speak them, release them. Even if you're not comfortable sharing them with someone, write them in a journal. Burn the journal. It's a fire full moon. Burn the journal. Or rip it apart, tear it apart if you're not comfortable with a little mini fire ceremony. Do something, okay, that is going to signify that you are burning away this energy. So understand why you believe what you believe. And then ask yourself, is that true? Is it true? Is it true that I'm hopeless? Is it true that I'm unlovable? Is it true that I'm this or I'm that? And the answer is, of course, no, it's not. So be open to the possibilities of new beliefs, new ideas, new perspectives, and new ways of being, okay? Okay, so, okay, 1 second. They just want a card for the masculines. Yeah, Masculines are working on trusting other people. I feel like they've mastered self-trust, and now they're in this realm of trusting that their dreams can come true. This is the egg moon, and you can see there's the egg and here's the nest. And it's like they're in this nest. They're in this little cocoon curled up into themselves. And as they do so, it's like they don't want to let anybody in. They feel like they can't trust the love from the feminine, but that is because there's been a hiccup in self-love. So they're doing a lot of deep reflection right now, just as the feminine is doing. Both twins are doing this. Again, you have to fully trust yourself 100% before you could trust anybody else. You have to love yourself before you can extend that love to somebody else. Now, other people may argue that, but if your cup is empty, if you're running on empty and you're trying to give, how are you able to give if you can't even give to yourself? If you're filled with shame, if you're filled with this buried shame and you're filled with self-judgment, how could you possibly extend love to somebody else? You're going to be judging them just as harshly. Hunger. So yeah, the masculines they're hungry to regain the trust back from the feminines as well, is what I'm hearing. So they're in this place of they know the feminine doesn't trust them. Okay. They know the feminine doesn't trust them, and they're trying to sort of nurture that trust at this time because they're feeling the longing. So guys, if you're feeling the longing for your twin flame, that is your twin's energy. It's your twin's energy. So the masculines are perceiving the feminines as the Queen of Wands, as this really jubilant, joyful, abundant queen who knows exactly what he or she wants and is going after it. Very driven, very goal-oriented, and also full of magic. I mean, she's full of magic. She doesn't really need anybody or anything to fill her cup. She's doing it herself. That is a little bit intimidating to the masculines, but that's also part of the reason they're feeling so magnetized and drawn to the feminine. 4 of Pentacles, there's an energy here where the masculine perceives the feminine to just be sort of all about her 3D world right now, very immersed in her 3D world and in building that 3D world, building her wealth, okay, in her future. So it's like she feels a little untouchable. This is a more open, warm energy, of course. It's the Wands energy. It's the fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sag. This is Pentacles, Earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is more of an energy of, you can see she's clutching this to her chest. She's like, I've earned this. I've worked very hard for this. I'm not giving this up just for anybody. You know, it's like the feminine saying, I'm not willing to just give up my freedom for somebody who's half-assed, like half in, halfway in. So the masculine knows this, guys. The masculine knows very, very well and very clearly that the feminine won't accept anything half-assed at this time. He has to be full in or not at all. So how is the feminine perceiving the masculine? Because I'm perceiving some frustration and annoyance. How is the feminine perceiving the masculine? We've got Temperance. Interesting. So 2 cards here of balance. Remember, we had New Moon in Libra, so balancing out. Oh, we also had balance here. So a lot of balance energy, which I do love coming into this reading. The feminine is perceiving the masculine as starting to balance out his energy, starting to understand her more. Okay, like, guys, if your counterpart was fully masculine, fully immersed in the 3D world, wasn't able to see your point of view, didn't understand why you were getting upset about their non-commitment or in and out or hot and cold or just refusing to commit, and really maybe glued to or married to their job or married to their family or their religion, culture, whatever it might have been, the feminine is starting to perceive the masculine in a more balanced way, which is actually going to bring that into fruition in the 3D world. Interesting. The feminine's perceiving the masculine to have control of his kingdom. King of Pentacles. You can't really get a more... To me, this is a more positive card than the Emperor, because the Emperor still has a bit of conceited energy, controlling energy, an egotistical energy, whereas the King of Pentacles sits there very warmly, very warm, earthy energy. The magic here emanating from the Pentacles, like he just produces Pentacles at ease. He's got his companion, and you can just tell, like I always perceive in this card, he's surrounded by friends and family. They're having a jovial time. They're having some sort of a party. They're, you know, they're sipping elixirs, or they're sipping tea or coffee or cocoa. And look, it's just, this is his study, his library. He's got everything. He's got the house, he's got the comfort, he's got the home, he's got the money in the bank, he's got love, he's got everything. King of Pentacles is probably hands down my favorite card for masculine energy. So this is good. So maybe it's just my own frustration and annoyances that I'm picking up on. Spirit, tell me more about the union energy. We are in a bit of a pause. I know, shocking, right? Oh, that never comes up for twins. We're never in a pause energy. And we've got the Queen of Pentacles. So the energy that I'm picking up on is, yeah, there's an energy of freeing oneself from restrictions with this particular deck, with the Hanged Man. Definitely freeing oneself, definitely going out of your comfort zone. And I know some decks will say the complete opposite, but for this particular deck, there is a vulnerable energy that is here. You know, it's ripe for the taking in the union energy. And the Queen of Pentacles is... Queen of Wands and Queen of Pentacles is how the masculine's been perceiving the feminine for quite some time now. Probably since she came into her inner union in the summer of last year, summer of 2020. And I feel like for union energy, you know, there's an independence, an air of independence to this woman, just like with the Four of Pentacles, but this is a less protective energy than the Four of Pentacles. This is more like she does have her arms crossed over her chest. So there's a little bit of protection, but she's got a softer energy here. She's really just like, yep, I'm enjoying my pentacles. I'm enjoying my abundance. So there is sort of this necessary pause in action where both twins are literally and figuratively catching their breaths. And that could be another reason why it feels so hard to catch your breath right now. Tell me what's coming up by April, Spirit. Well, sorry to say this. We do have some major arcana energy coming in. There's gonna be some more towers. I hate to be, don't shoot the messenger. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but we are going to have some tower energies, guys. That is coming through here. And there's going to be some shocking moments, some shocking lucidity where things are brought to light, from darkness to light. This is both in the world, without and within our personal lives, and in the world at large. Some of these will be expected. Some of these will be very unexpected. Okay. Some things are going to come crashing down. Some systems are going to come crashing down, one right after the other. And then, but then we have this opposing energy of the Hierophant, which is just pure joy. This is the energy of enlightenment, of reaching spiritual understanding, spiritual blessings, not needing anything outside of yourself, living a more simplistic life. So what I love about this energy is that towers get a bad rep, but towers are actually bringing things to an end. Towers are bringing things to an end that need to come to an end, and they're allowing new things to blossom and new things to bloom in their wake. Okay, so it may seem destructive, but out of the destruction comes new birth and new beginnings and construction. Okay, so it's like we have to deconstruct to be able to reconstruct. It's that law of duality. It's not always bad. This could be something really magnificent coming to your consciousness. Yeah, this could be about systems in the world collapsing, but also your own systems, like your own ways of being collapsing, and bringing you to a much more just a lighthearted energy where it's like, oh, I see the light. I see why things had to go this way. I see why I had to be on this, I chose this challenging path. I see what this means now. More acceptance of the path and less resistance. Okay, one more card, please, Spirit. One more card for blessings for the Divine Feminine on his or her path. Oh, Ace of Pentacles and the Sun. Oh my goodness, guys, new beginnings in the physical realm. Okay, you've done your work. You're going to be rewarded for the work, for the efforts that have been planted and sown. The most positive card in the deck, according to some readers. I definitely feel like it is a very positive, high vibrational energy. And this, this is coming after the Tower. It's like, look, after the Tower, we have new beginnings. Positivity, radiant abundance, and spiritual clarity. Really beautiful energies on the way, guys. So I'm going to leave it here. If you want to take a picture, you may want to take a picture of these, because this is really beautiful energy here. So this is coming in April, April and beyond. Lots of things to look forward to, guys. So work through those Tower moments, work through those triggers, work through any shame energy, do some journaling, catch us over on Patreon, and I will see you guys soon. Have a beautiful day. Take care.